Episode 38, Build, Drywall, Mud, and Paint. Having all the right tools makes all the difference on drywall install. Here are some of the tools that I used. Impact driver, drywall bits, utility knife, adjustable drywall T-square, 6-inch aluminum speed square measuring rafter roofing triangle, 48-inch level, torpedo level, carpenter's apron, and then 1/4-inch spacers for raising drywall above the floor. I used some extra hardy board and drywall screws. I mentioned earlier the importance of the walls being plumb and square. If you have messed this up at all, it will show up when you try to install the drywall. We put up over 250 sheets of 4x8 1/2-inch lightweight drywall. They sell it in 12-foot long pieces, but they are too large and unwieldy. We rented some scaffolding, which was a necessity for the higher panels. We purchased all of our drywall from the local Lowe's, and they delivered it to our build site over several different deliveries. Once they didn't think they could fit their semi-truck down our road, so they brought in the panels on this little transport. Carrie and I brought all the drywall inside and then began the process of installing. I would do all the measuring and cutting. After that, we would place the drywall on the studs, secure with a couple of screws, and Carrie would put in the rest of the screws. Using drywall bits on the lightweight impact driver made the job very easy. We began in the vaulted center room and then moved to the side rooms and then the upstairs rooms. Once we had installed the drywall, we hired a painting crew to tape, mud, and paint. They did an excellent job, far better, quicker, with less mess than we could have ever done. Episode 39, Build, Finish Electrical. Once the walls were painted, we could install the outlet covers and the sconces. We had different sets of sconces for each room. Bears, elk, deer, wolves, ducks. You get the picture. I needed some tall scaffolding to get to some of these low-profile LED lights. We used GE Sync lights. They are Wi-Fi controllable and great. Sometimes it was easier to climb the ladder and perch on the timber frame. Carrie even got in on the action, putting in the lights above the balcony. In the kitchen, I needed to start with the outlets for the fridge, the microwave, and above the counters. Once these were set, I could install my cabinets. You will notice that I have run the power into the posts for the outlets that will be at the ends of the islands. With those outlets installed, I can then place the island and put the granite countertop on it. You can see here that I have installed the track lights above the kitchen. Other finishing touches includes the sconces that I mentioned earlier. Here are wolves, a bear, a couple of moose, and a couple of deer. Here are the bears above the finished bar. We also added sconces and night lights on the stairways. The bedrooms and bathrooms got their finishing touches also. Episode 40, Build, Tile. We decided to tile the entire main floor, which was about 2,100 square feet. My wife had gone to a tile store near our build site and found some tiles that she really liked. They were Terra Nova tiles from Ceramica Sant'Agostino, an Italian firm. The tile is described in their literature as follows. Terra Nova is a contemporary interpretation of the iconic material of Italian tradition and elegance, terracotta. The porcelain tile line with its smooth finish, 5 contemporary colors, and versatile sizes provides a truly remarkable selection. Its compatible sizes also enable the arrangement of different installation patterns. Since we were tiling such a large area, the store told her that she would get a great deal. When she went to finalize the purchase, the price suddenly ballooned, so she walked out and left empty-handed. Months later, some 1,200 miles away, we went into another tile store seeing what they might have. Well, they had the same Terra Nova tile, and it was in the overflow discounted section, as this store was trying to clear out its inventory of it. It was about a quarter of the price that the other store had been asking. My wife asked how much they had, and they had over 4,000 square feet, more than enough. She bought it all on the spot. We then needed it shipped 1,200 miles. They said, yeah, that shipping will cost you. The tile savings made the shipping well worth it. We had tile not only to tile the main floor, but also the basement if we chose to. We got essentially the deal for 1/3 the original price. The tile arrived on pallets and we set it in the yard. We covered it to protect it from rain and snow, and eventually we were able to move it inside once the main floor had been gypcreted, the walls were painted, and we were ready for tile. Carrie began to lay out the tiles in the rooms to see what types of designs would look nice. We had tiles in numerous sizes and shades, 12 by 12, 6 by 12, 3 by 12s, and mosaic. She also laid out the colors and patterns, drawing them on this floor plan. Square, diagonal, and herringbone layouts were the plans du jour. It is not recommended to tile directly to a cement floor because if the floor cracks or shifts, your tile will crack also. To prevent this damage, a decoupling membrane is used. We chose to use Ditra membrane. It comes in rolls and adheres to the cement floor using similar adhesive as the tile. Once the Ditra was in place, the tile was laid.
Well, here we are, 21st of August. The tilers are working with their tile saw. Boyd, come. At the great room, there's a different view.
The tilers did a great job on the stove stand. The finished product, it looks great.